So we are here for Saturday, April 2026. Minor League Baseball scores for AAA, AA, and Single A. Rookie ball is not starting yet. So here, it doesn't start. That reminds me, it doesn't really start until after like the college season. That's what I reminds me. Where it's like the spring, the summer collegiate leagues. You know, and they have keep caught. That's what that kind of reminds me of, like the summer collegiate leagues. Those rookie ball leagues do. Or like after like high school or college, you know. In those areas, or regular season over most teams, at least. We have Buffalo, sub 5-0 show win over Syracuse. Columbus shuts out Woosh 7-0. Iowa 7-3 over Omaha. Toledo shuts out St. Paul 3-0. Memphis 6-4 over Charlotte. And Tennings win 4-3 over Nashville. Louisville 8-5 over Indianapolis. Norfolk 3-2 over Jackson. Rochester 5-0 over Lehigh Valley. Oklahoma City 10-9 over Roanoke. Reno 8-3 over Salt Lake. 32 Sheridan over Tacoma. Albuquerque shuts out Paso 4-0. Then Durham and Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Played a doubleheader, and Durham wins game 1 of the doubleheader 4-2. As Scranton Wilkes-Barre scores 1 in the first, Durham with 2 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth, and 1 in the seventh versus Scranton Wilkes-Barre. And that makes it 4-2 win for Durham. And that's that game of the bird. Scranton Wilkes-Barre win 9-5. Scranton Wilkes-Barre had 7 hits, 9 runs. Durham had 1 in the first, or 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Doesn't mean that's 2. And they scored 6 in the fourth. And then Durham scored 2 in the fifth. 1 in the fifth for Scranton Wilkes-Barre, 1 in the sixth for Durham, 2 in the sixth for Scranton Wilkes-Barre, and that made it 9-5. And Las Vegas and Summer, they did have inclement weather on the 10th as well, I want to say. Didn't they? Where's the 9th? Did they? Series. Or is that a different game? Oh no, I guess not. I thought it was against the round, but I guess the end. I guess it's against some else. We have, but let's say it's around. They're gonna make up on April 12th. They're gonna have a Sunday doubleheader on the getaway day. They're gonna start early though. They're gonna start at 2:05 Eastern, 11:05 a.m. Pacific time in California, and then they're going to play game 2. And instead of playing that movie, like some earlier, like 4:05 Eastern, which is 1:05 Pacific in Reno. And they're going to play in game 1 will be at 11:05, and then game 2 will start at 1:35 local to 2:05 East Pacific, which is 4:35, 5:05 Eastern. I thought they didn't do getaway games on or double headers on getaway days, but I guess they're trying to now to get as many games in as possible. I had the original scheduled slate, the game was scheduled for, And then we have in AA Portland, 2-1 New Hampshire. Portland, Maine, South Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine. Set almost won with 1 less hits than runs. And then they had 1 more hit than runs, so it was 8-7 Big Center Somerset. Hartford shuts out Reading 3-0. Akron 11-3 Harrisburg. Chesapeake 4-1 over Erie. Rocketville 4-3 Rocket City. Tulsa 5-3 Springfield. Richmond defeats out 2-9-8. Student almost got the first of the season on with only 5 hits. Wow. Wichita, the win surge. They get a 12-5 win over almost 6-2 over Montgomery. Biloxi 7-5 over Pensacola. Arkansas 5-4 in a row. Birmingham gives Chattanooga their first loss with a 5-4 victory. In 10 innings, Corpus Christi falls to San Antonio 4-3. And in 11 innings, Midland 7-6 win over Frisco. Let's go highlights. So we have Dean 5-0 win Wright County. Lansing total the 4-4 win. Great Lakes 9-4 West Michigan. Bill Light 3-2 win North Rapids. Brooklyn 6-3 Jersey Shore Tongues. Eugene 3-2 over Vancouver. Greenville 6-1 over Hub City. 8-6 over Hudson Valley. Rome falls to Bowling Green 7-6. In 8 innings. An 8-inning win. And it was actually called off after 7.5 due to inclement weather and rain in the area. But it didn't matter. Bowling Green did win with 7 runs, 6 hits, only 3 errors. Rome had 6 runs, 8 hits in an error. Greenville 11-6 over Asheville. Frederick 11-2 over Winston. That was about 9-0 period. Spokane 6-3 over Hilden. Everett 5-3 over Tracy. And Wisconsin quad saves. We're gonna make up on rain really make up early game. Game 1 will be at 1 p.m. Eastern. Maybe a little earlier than that. I don't know what they were planning on. Maybe by number, but then the second game. They'll be at like 3:30 at the earliest, 3 Eastern. Probably more like maybe around 4 Eastern. 3 and 2. Then we have in single A baseball, Jupiter 7-4 over Farmers. Jupiter 7-4 Farmers. Daytona 8-4 Lakeland. Columbia 10-8 over Murray. Hillside 8-4 Fredericksburg. Tampa falls to 2-1 Tennings. Palm Beach defeats Bradenton 9-7. Wilson 6-0 Salem. Hickory 6-5 Kannapolis. Elmira 7-4 Augusta. Charleston 6-0 Fayetteville. Ontario 2-0 in Lampere. Rancho Cuca 5-0 Lake Elizur. Fresno 9-8 Stockton. And then game 1 the latter. Dunn 9-2 or St. Lucie. Dunn with 1 in the first, 1 in the second. St. Lucie has 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 5 in the fifth for Dunn. And then St. Lucie 11-4 win over Dunn in the second game of the doubleheader. So they split the doubleheader. We had Dunn with 3 in the first, 1 in the first for St. Lucie, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 5 in the fifth, and only 1 in the seventh for St. Lucie. Or Dunn only got 1 in the seventh. After 3 in the first. And makeup of April 8th, so that is a Wednesday makeup. And then Vigilance, San Jose. Inclement weather, rain, thunderstorms, in that area. So, they're gonna play game 1 on the doubleheader at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And game 2 is gonna be at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Or it could be 6:30, 7 p.m. Eastern time, around there, I would say, most likely. Which will be could go a little longer, but it would be 3:34 Pacific time.